Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Did you survive the Black Friday goodness? Did you get any good deals? Hey, let me know in the comments. Always interested in knowing what people got, whether it was personal stuff or business stuff. Love to learn what you've got. I got a couple of things from Amazon. The funny thing is, they were actually already in my cart or things that I order on a routine basis, and they were on sale, so why not? So I got those. Nothing too exciting. Probably the most exciting thing was a Ring doorbell. So let's see. Did I get anything for business? So here's an interesting thing. There was a couple of things I was eyeing for my business. I'm all about, excuse me, building a simple business. I do believe in using tools that's going to automate your business. But what happens is we sign up for all of these courses and all of these extra gadgets, and they end up just collecting dust. So I really try to think carefully about the things I'm going to purchase. I actually just over the last week or so, because I do purchase things on annual basis. Usually, you can save some money if you can scrape up the money to do it that way. And there were some things that I wasn't using, so I let them go. So here's another kind of funny thing is when you let something go, uh, it's hard, even if you're not using it. Has that happened to you? Let me know in the comments. There's just something about, what they say, that FOMO, fear of missing out. And, just kind of like, yeah, but what if I'm going to need it in the future? And they also call it sunk cost fallacy. So when you put money and effort into something, it's hard to let go of it because you're thinking, yeah, but I put all that money into it. But if you're not using it, the same way with decluttering and everything else, if you are not using it, you've already spent the money. You're not going to get the money back by hanging on to it. So just let it go. So with digital tools, if you decide that you have some subscriptions that you're not using, just let it go. And if in the future you decide that maybe you do want it again, you might have to pay a little more. But guess what? Black Friday comes around every year, right? So, chances are there'll be another great deal. And the way things are advancing so rapidly with AI, who knows what these tools are going to look like even in a couple months, let alone next year. So don't be afraid to let go. So this is December 1st, 2025. So what does that mean? We're getting to the end of the year. People have survived the first big holiday, and now they're kind of on vacation mode, at least here in the United States. They're kind of sliding in through the rest of December. If you are a business owner, that is mistake number one. Don't do it. This is actually prime time to rev up the engines a little bit. And you think, yeah, but everybody spent their money over Black Friday. That's not true. A lot of people are still looking at the end of the year books and they're thinking, I have a lot of expenses. Can I write something off? Well, is there something that I can purchase? And a lot of people are trying to jumpstart 2026. So now's the time, depending on what you offer, to kind of dig through the closet. Are there some services or courses or tools that you could offer at the end of the year to get a little boost of cash? And speaking of that, I'm actually going to be running a workshop. It will be a paid workshop, but it will blow your mind the value that you're going to get from it because we are going to get together. I'm just thinking cash by Christmas workshop so that you can put together a little package deal and get it out in the market. It's not one of these things where you're going to sit like Netflix and eat popcorn and watch me. We're going to be hands on, jumping into the trenches and building this baby. And then you're going to put it out there. We're not going to second guess ourselves. We're not going to think about, yeah, but what if? We're going to build it and launch it and just test the market and have some fun doing it. So stay tuned for that, but make a little mental note. I would love to have you join us. Okay, so let me see if I can find my little planner, because that's what this is all about. Let's plan our week. So let me see here if, okay, I think that's the right one. So let me see if I can do a screen share. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. If this is your first time visiting, this is my 3x3 method. 3 priorities, 3 wins, 1 calm day. So each week each day you should only be tackling 3 major activities. 2's even better. And as you're planning out your week, you're going to feel this sense of relief because you're actually going to get stuff done. And I don't go through everything every time, but you can catch one of my earlier videos. The top part here is think about your word for the week, your messaging theme, what's your product focus? In other words, are you offering something for sale or a lead magnet? So what are you focusing on? Any life events, any particular business events, just some little checklist items and notes. All right. So this sheet, I love it because it's so easy. You don't overthink it, and it doesn't give you room to put a bunch of junk on, because we fill up our to-do list and then we wonder why at the end of the day we still don't have anything scratched off. So if you followed me last week, you know that I'm transitioning my website and I'm under the gun. So now I must complete my website. I have it probably 2/3 of the way done. I was traveling the end of last week, so I just need to knuckle down today and get that done. The other thing that I need to nail up today is I need to decide on workshop date. And I'm going to start working on the outline of the workshop. Okay. And then tomorrow, I'm going to actually start working on the workshop slides, the workshop ads, and the workshop assets. Okay. Anyway, those are my next 2 days focus. So do you see how this sheet works? If you've never used it before, we are going to be super focused, and I'm going to do the Cash for Xmas workshop. That is going to be my focus all week. Okay. I'll have to think about my word of the week and my messaging theme. I'll come back to that. I'll come back and start filling out my gratitude journal. And this is something that you can do every day. Just put 1 or 2 things that you're grateful for, and you move forward with that. So let me come back and look at you here. So what are you doing this week? Don't slip into that food coma after last weekend. Let's focus on really getting your business that final kick for 2025. Just because other people are sleeping doesn't mean that you have to. So I would love it if you join me in the workshop. If you want a little extra support, I'm getting ready to do an official launch of my the finishers circle, and that's just going to be a very low priced little membership place where you can come and get extra encouragement. I've got my productivity app that helps you stay on top of all of those little to-do lists, and you get a little extra help from me and help from your friends, because other people that's in the group, we can be rooting each other on. So if that's something that let's face it, do you have a bunch of unfinished projects in your closet? And these can be home projects too. You're a crafter, quilter, wanting to organize your basement, whatever it is, what project is unfinished and you'd like to get a little help. So you can hop in and out of this membership. There's no commitment, anything like that. So stay tuned for that also. So that's about all I have. There's no need for me just to get on here and go on and on. The purpose of Monday Motivational is to just give you that little initial kick in the butt. What are you working on this week? Really, the main thing is we just need to make decisions. And once we make a decision, it's so much easier to follow through with it. So sometimes we get up and we're scratching our head. What should I be working on? I know I have a bunch of stuff. And then you just feel overwhelmed because you have too much to focus on. Well, this little 3x3 method planner helps you stay focused on those activities that's going to move the needle in your business. And if you don't have a copy of this, let me know. I'll try to remember to post it every week. There's no opt-in for it. Hope it brings joy to you as you're using it. Hey, tell your friends about this. I would love it if I had some live bodies on here with me, kind of rooting me on. Every Monday, 8:30, I just pop in here for a quick minute and, let's do a little motivational work with each other. All right. So I think that's it for today. As always, take care. Reach out to me if you have questions, and I'll see you next week.